Welcome to Rom Wills Money Matters. People who make money always talk about consistency. You know, that's one of the things I've seen. If I see videos about, people who actually making money, they could either be celebrities or just people who have financially successful. One of the word I keep hearing consistently, ironic I use that way, is consistency. Let me speak for myself because, I like to talk from personal experience. One of the biggest reasons that I'm doing well as I am, like I said, well into six figures, and I'm not saying that to brag, I'm just giving you a perspective. When you think 10 years ago, I've been good if I got like 40,000. I'm serious. In fact, I was nowhere near there, right? But how did I build all of this? Consistent. A lot of people have commented on that I'm posting every day, same time. Consistency. See, here's the thing with consistency. When people want a service, they want to know you're going to be there. They want to know what they can expect. People don't want to just jump around and everything. Using the YouTube example, people always know I'm going to have at least one video on all my channels on certain days. On my Deep Thought channel, my Money Matters channel is always Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And then Sundays. All my channels have something on Sundays. Then my main channel, something every day, at least one video, minimum one video a day. And then even when I do car videos or something on my main channel, that can be tricky sometimes. Once in a blue moon, I can't be as consistent, but I strive for consistency. So always 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. Most of the time, 99% of the time. There were a couple times it would be a bit late, but there's always something, when I had a collaborator on one of the channels, it was just the time we could get it done. So, there's something, but for the most part, it's consistency. Even when there's an inconsistent moment, you still want to go back to the consistency. If you open a business, if you have a storefront business, you want to open it up at the same time every single day. And then you want to be consistent about whether you're selling a product or whether you're providing a service. How consistent are you? Are you going to always be on time? Like I always tell a story about the shoe repair place near me that's under new management now, but under the old management, the dude just simply wasn't consistent. And a lot of people complain. A lot of people put bad reviews. They say, look, you get there, he's supposed to be open on Tuesday. At a certain time you get there, he ain't open. He might not be open for the entire day, And yeah, he was going through some stuff, but that was bad business. Now, thankfully, he was able to sell it out to somebody or somebody took it over, whatever the case, however it happened, but that's bad for business. Because another thing with consistency is you want to stick with it. I wish it was a situation you could just start a business and just start making money right away. Oh, that'd be great. Like you just jump into it. That get rich quick thing. He's like, yeah, I just started. No. You gotta stick with it a while. You might not make it a while. I know someone now, beautiful lady. She's been in her business for 2 years. She really hasn't started making the profit she wants to make yet. But she's staying consistent with it. Because that's one thing. It could take a few years to really get that money. But you got to stick with it. You got to stick with it during the down times. Because you're going to have sometimes, if you're in business, you're going to have sometimes when, let's throw out 10,000 a month, right? Because we're going to think big. Okay, you're going to might consistently hit that for 3 months. But then you might have some periods, you'd be good if you get 5,000. It depends on the nature of your business. Things happen. But you got to stay consistent with it. You got to go through those peaks. You got to go through those valleys. But the thing that gets you through those valleys is being consistent. And then building up a customer base. That's one of the things. When people look for stuff, they want consistency. If they're looking for service, anything, people are big on consistency. They want to know it's going to be there if you're in business. If you're in business, they want to know you're going to give consistently good service, consistently good food, whatever product or service you provide, consistently good massages. People want that. But if you give some half-ass shit or you good sometimes and not good, they're going to go for something else. Because remember, one of the things that really hurts some business is, it doesn't hurt the business. It's just a reality. You're going to have competition. I don't care what business is in, you doing something else. Like, okay, I'll use my videos for example. Even though you can watch a ton of videos, you can only watch so much in a day. You could always be watching somebody else's stuff, no matter what channel. So I got to be consistent and give you a reason to keep coming back to this. You know, that's consistency. You want the customer to always come back. They ain't going to come back if it's just a bunch of bull or it's inconsistent. They're going to forget you're around. Like using a YouTube example, I've seen some YouTube content creators, they'll have something up and then they won't post for a long time. I'm like, that's hurting them. They're not being consistent, you know? And you just gotta stick with it. Like I said, the main part of consistency is just sticking with the business. Sticking with it, getting to a point that you're profitable and then maintaining that profit, you know? Because it helps, because it gets you through tough times. It gets you through tough times. It helps build the business. It builds the customer base. I can't emphasize that enough, but it's consistent. You know? I'll use myself for an example again. There's some days, I know all my videos, I don't care what channel, it's not going to get the same amount of views. It's not going to hit people the hard way. Some people probably like, whatever. I'm good with that, but they know they also know what day I'm gonna put up the next video. They know consistently what I'm going to talk about in general on a particular channel. So it's like, okay, that video wasn't that, or I wasn't feeling it, but I know he's gonna put something up the next day. Boom. Very, very important. And, you know, I'm using that as an example, personal example, but it's whatever business you're in. If you're in a business of detailing cars, what you need to do, you need to be consistent with your service, how well you detail it, everything you do. Because that's one thing I found. I started paying attention to little stuff. Like I take my stuff to a local car wash. I pay attention to every little thing they do with the car. I'm just sitting there watching. And I'll be saying, well, you know, they were spraying some fragrance in there, but you know, some of them don't spray it under my mats in the car. Some do. I was like, I might say something to them, you know. But if they stay consistent, you're like, okay, yeah, let me recommend this to some other people. So I want y'all to think about that. You want to stay consistent. You know what? Write it on a word processor, print it out, put it on your wall. Consistent. Stay consistent, y'all. So y'all know the deal. Let's go make that money.